Hello, right, welcome back. We've come back to this job. What I'm doing here is I'm just going to quickly drain the upstairs heating, undo the taro nuts because Jacob's here tiling and wants to drill the holes so we can put it around the pipes. So I'm just going to get that done for him. Now this is when this comes into play. So do you remember that I popped on these little lever valves here? So what's great, look, boiler's on, pressurised, all working. What I can do here is just isolate upstairs. That's the flow and return, like so. I've got a drain cock this side on the return, so I can now, without disturbing the rest of the heating system, I can get this drain down and him cutting up there. So that's going to start isolating, that's going to start draining down upstairs. There we go. And it's great, it means nothing has to be touched with the pressure and all the rest of it. Makes maintenance. There he is, smelling a moment. There's Jacob. Hello mate. Let's come and see your handiwork. Look at this magician at work. Mate, I bet there's some setting out in there, wasn't there? Look at this is looking wicked. See, I just go away and then I come back and it's all done. So it is quite nice to come back and see it sort of actually in progress. It's good. Oh mate, what a lovely, lovely job. You proud of this one?
Always proud.
It's coming together nicely. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna be whipping this off. What I'm gonna do, because these are set and it's like loose under there, I'm gonna undo this once it's drained down. Do it hand tight so then Jacob can sort of undo it, put the tile over and then just do it back up again, and we know that's going to be in the exact position. So right, let's drain down, get it done. Hey guys, right, back at this job. It's looking good. Had all the skirtings done, done a little bit of decorating and stuff, put the ply down everywhere before the carpet. This is what you want to have a look at. So look at this in here now. What a transformation, eh? So nice. So I'm going to be popping the toilet on. Obviously second fixing the shower bits up here. But what a lovely job Jacob's done on the tiling. Looks so good. Also going to be fitting that basin, and then they've got they're going to get the chippy to do the bath panel and stuff like that. Looks really good. So yeah. We'll start on the shower and the basin, get that done, and we'll see how we get on. It's looking good. Like it. Everywhere looks good, but we'll show you that all at the end. Let's get the second fixing. Right, let's show you a few things before I get too carried away. So, with these rad towels that I showed you in my first fix, I did a shorts about this. Now, with a long rad extension like that and a ball fix at the end, you can see I've just turned that on and isolated the water. Now that goes into another rad extension, and that rad extension is made in with liquid PTFE, and this one is made in with just normal Loctite 55, which is a lot easier to get undone than the liquid PTFE when it goes off. Now, you can see in this scenario, I just about got away with that, so technically I could get a pair of grips on that and buy this square part here and undo that. But the reason I do this is for any reason it's set back. That one's the same, I've done too good a job really. But what you can do here is get a pair of Cobra grips or something. Now, this is obviously not on show, this is temporary. So you can get a normal pair of grips on there, and you can just undo it from here, and that will undo that and make your life a lot easier than just putting a baller fix straight in there. You see what I'm saying? You can undo it with a pair of grips here. So it's that forward thinking. Also, like when it's dripping out like that, you can see it's just dripping over the bath. It isn't running down the tiles. Just little differences like that. That's why these are good way of doing it. You see, and also having this nut here means that when the tile is done, he's forced to make a bigger hole to get that over there. Now, if it was just a skinny bit of pipe there with a little cap, probably would have drilled a neater hole, right, gone over that. And you see where this one's on the piss slightly, where it's just over to one side of that. It would make unwinding it very difficult, especially when you're second fixing a new bar in there, which is going to be the full 1/2 inch thread. So the fact that he's had to go over that has made that a lot easier for me in second fixing. because you literally do have to think of everything like that. I've been to jobs where I've put boiler fixes in the past, and then the tile has done its hole, and then basically you can't unwind the boiler fix because they haven't allowed for this bottom part here. So it's caused me a load of grief, and I've had to get like a little screwdriver and sort of chip away at the tile to try and unwind it. So that's why I do this now. And this has worked out well for me. So what I've got to do here is cut this plastic off and put all the face plates on, following the crosswater things. Now I've walked in here, first thing I've noticed is the tiler, even though I come in and undid it all, is, you know, it's gone to one side here, as you can see, look. Obviously he's made his cut and it's pushed it over. So I've just called him back, and this was great about Jacob. He's like, yeah mate, I'll be there Friday. So he's gonna come just open that hole up slightly and just put it back to where it was. Now the reason it was loose in the first place is because my customers here, they didn't want the standard cut, which is like, you know, it's just like, you know, where you sort of do a U-shaped cut. I mean, it would be fine here because the tile ends there anyway. So literally it wouldn't have made any difference. On this side, I think you'd probably, I don't know if you'd go that way up to the back wall or just do a little one, but as you can see, they didn't want to see two little grout lines like that. So came all the way over here, I drained down all the system, loosened this off for them, so then the tiler can pull this down. Oh, I mean, it's been grouted in now, but pull it down and then he can get the tile over the top of it and then put it back up again. But obviously in doing that on this side, the pipe's gone over slightly and we now have this consequence of that, whereas before it was laser level straight. But like I say, because my customers didn't want to see, well, it wouldn't have happened on that one, but on this one, about an 8mm grout line here, we've ended up with this consequence here. So it's all sort of stuff I'm dealing with behind the scenes. Gonna get this bit done. So I just wanted to show you that before I begin. This is always handy to know the other side of things. So let's get done. Nice and easy. Just to make this super clear, right? So you can see I've got a long thread on that. Now what's good about putting the rad extension in there is you see I've got all them threads to play with rather than just a backplate elbow where, you know, it would only thread in about 10mm where my thumb is now. So now that threads in a lot further, goes all the way back in now. So that'll be nice when threading it in. Do you know what? I keep getting the phone out. I think I might as well just show you that. So on the inside, look, I've just got some CT1, some clear. See where my rad extension thread is? So there's obviously that sort of gap there. So I just squirt a little bit of silicone around there. And then on the actual tile itself, I go all the way around, but I leave a little gap at the bottom. So if you can imagine, if you're in the shower and any water runs down here, obviously, even though this is touching, water will get through that tiny little gap. Even though this plate is shut, it will sort of, with a bit of capillary action, it will go through. But what will happen is it will hit the CT1, it will roll round, and then it will drop out the little gap and then back down the tiles in the bath. That's what we're doing there. So I'll be doing the same up there, just so you know. It's the same principle everywhere. But I just wanted to show you that as well for perfect bit of second fixing. You can see, right, normally you have to cut them threads. It's really annoying, like a hacksaw or a grinder or whatever. And now, it goes all the way back and I don't even have to cut it. Much better. Obviously I'm gonna straighten this up. Look at it like that. Right, so I'm fitting this crosswater. It's like a double whammy bath panel, a bath screen, sorry. So what I've done here, it says in the book to measure off the edge of the bath 20mm. That's the edge of your channel, and then obviously then you've got the center mark in the middle there. So these tiles are like bloody super tough. So it's my little setup. I've just got a cheap like plug-in 35 quid drill. I only need it for spinning. I never use this for an angle grinder. I use this just for cutting porcelain tiles. But I've got a little ruby bit in there, a little 10mm one. Now I use 10mm, tell you why, because obviously we've got the coverage on this channel. We've got a nice wide channel here. So what I do is I use 10mm because it just gives you a bit more play with your laser level. See now, like if I do a tight hole for my screw, I mean, look, yeah, that one for example, is just slightly off center. You see that where my laser level is? So because I've done a bigger hole, that will still end up being center, my screw when it goes through it. But if I did a tight hole and it was slightly off, then the channel's gonna be a bit wonky. So I've done that, and as you can see inside all the holes, I've put a little bit of CT1, and this is critical. Like you need, see look, there's no silicone around the bath. I've got Sean coming again with the silicone in. And all I need to do is put a bit behind here, so when it squashes back, that's sealed behind there. Because you imagine if you put that on now, silicone up to it, silicone up to it, there's gonna be a gap there that's not sealed. So any water that gets done, it travels down behind the channel, down behind there. This all goes soggy. This under the bath goes horribly manky, and us plumbers have all been to thousands of these jobs where it's all leaking through, and it's because someone didn't seal that. So that's gonna be nice and sealed. And now I can just pick my channel up, put it up, use the laser level to know that it's straight, and it's gonna be perfect. It's all coming on nicely, look at this, lovely. So again, to illustrate on that, so you can see it's all splodged out either side. I'll just spray a bit of soapy water, clean that off, and then, yeah, you can see that it's like bang on laser. That's perfect. Now I can slide the glass in. Nice. Whilst I'm struggling with this on my own, just thought I'd show you a little top tip. So to some this is common sense, but to others who have been either trying to get help or struggling on their own. Now, in most bits of packaging, especially with these glass, they come with these little polystyrene protectors. You see this here? So obviously, look, if I sit this on the bath itself here, it's going to be too low for me to line up my Allen keys in there, as you can see. So getting a bit of this just to get you started makes life so much easier when you're working on your own, because now I've got them two in, and now I can slowly slide that out, and I can get the other two in down here all by myself, make life a lot easier. Little tip for you there.